Wow, it's Thursday already, huh? All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know who y'all are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the 5th anniversary episode of Club Pizzle. Doing this. Thank you guys for y'all continued support of this show. Everybody who's been with me since day one. Those of y'all who came in year 1, 2, 3, 4, and are just now getting hip and put on to me. Thank you for y'all support. This platform, this podcast. While y'all in that mood, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, feedback is encouraged. I appreciate all of it. And while I'm in a thanking mood, thank everybody who put those nominations in for me for Voice of the People for the Legend Awards. I appreciate that. I'm always appreciative when people support me. You know, I'll reflect more on that stuff at the end because we got some stuff to get to today. I just want to just in advance just thank everybody that's been rocking with me for the last 5 years on this journey of doing this show. I got thank yous and stuff. I know I'm gonna forget some names at the end, so I'm gonna try to. And honestly, I was gonna try to do something Monday, but I'm fighting like my voice is. I don't know what the hell it is. My voice is not right. My voice still not right. I still feel like I sound like absolute crap. But if any week I'm not gonna skip, it's the 5th anniversary. As y'all can see, I got the Grand Boys here. I got Mr. Breckles. I got Mr. Jason. I got Mr. Hendrick sitting here, and they all acting like they fighting for position to sit next to G-Dad. Y'all know what it is, man. I brought my boys with me. I'm trying to think of what else before we get to what we need to get to, because we do have a lot to get to. Some weeks I have to do a lot of research and a lot of stuff to get show prep. Not this week. This week wrote itself. Club Pizzle is brought to you by, powered by W Energy. What is W? W is clean, W is crisp, W is focused. No crash, no jitters, no why am I vibrating moments. Just straight up smooth energy that actually lets you lock in, whether you editing at 2 a.m., gaming until sunrise, or just trying to make it through your work day. Man, look, W been helping me get through my work week for these last 2 weeks, because this is a work weekend for me. And even though I did have last Monday off, it still was a struggle. I still had a lot to do and was doing a lot of running around. How do y'all get W? Easy. Go to W.com, pick something out. They got some nice stuff over there. And at the checkout, type in the promo code PODGAWD, PODGAWD, and you'll get 10% off of your order. Now, let me repeat that, mother, for y'all one more time. Go to W.com, find something you like, pick the sampler, and get a cup. The cup actually helps you know the dosage of what you're going to get. You put a scoop in, you get 16 ounces of it, and it's all on the cup. Or just pick a flavor if y'all already do energy drinks and stuff like that. And at checkout, type in code PODGAWD, PODGAWD, and get 10% off of your order. So don't play around. Support the pod. Support the movement. W Energy. Level up and lock in. Now, Y'all know usually my motto is we are here for a good time and not a long time. I try to say Club Pizzle, best pod in the land, give it to you in 45 minutes or less. You won't get your money back because this is behind the paywall, but you get the drift. We might be here for a little bit. And today is one of those shows where I don't mind going over because I do have some stuff to say here. As you know, what took place, and if y'all caught the emergency pod on my Instagram and on Facebook Live, that's where those are. Just go over there and check those out. I did an emergency pod. I talked to like 30 minutes about this move when it happened on Tuesday night. Darius Garland has been traded to the Los Angeles Clippers for James Harden. Now, I'm gonna run through this. I'm gonna run this down. I want to just stay with me here. Stick with me. Chill with me. Walk with me. Go on this with me real quick, right? So Monday night, 10:30 comes, and 10:30 is my bedtime. That's when I put my phone down and I either turn my TV down or turn it on to something that is going to help me get to sleep. And go to bed. I wake up to use the bathroom maybe 4:30-ish. And I'm wondering why my phone is lit up and what I'm looking at. And I just happen to look at my phone, and it's my guy Chris Cargill hit me at like 11:30. Like, yo, to the ledge. Garland for Harden. Excuse me? I'm thinking I'm about to go pee and get back in the bed and shut my eyes until 5:30 until my alarm goes off. Nope. Up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., looking around and digging and seeing, like, oh, this got to be a smoke screen. But looking at it and seeing that Shams was posting about it and seeing Shams had a report about it, I said, uh-oh, we got action. So I really literally spent all day Tuesday snooping around, chasing things. I was calling people that I knew that was working down there like a long time ago. They're no longer there. Some of them are no longer in like broadcast. But it was kind of cool. I was just like hitting these contacts up like, oh, this contact is in my phone. It was kind of cool to catch up to a lot of those people. Shout out to them. A lot of them are like all across the country. Some of them are with teams in the NBA. Some are with teams in the G League. Like, that's dope to see, and that's fire. So like, I'm just, it's buzzing around and and bam, 8:30 it goes down. I do the emergency pod. But like spending most of that day just like trying to figure out like, all right, is this gonna happen? So it got to about 10, 11 o'clock, maybe 12. Then I came to the like, all right, I'm just gonna accept this. I'm gonna start looking at pros and cons. I started weighing pros and cons, and the pros was up here, the cons were down here. So then I started to come to a bit of an acceptance, and I started looking at it and looking at all of these pros and seeing what James Harden brings to the table with this Cleveland Cavaliers team as constructed. And again, I accepted it. I started preparing what I'm about to do right now, and that's say my thank yous and my goodbyes to one Darius Garland. I wore this jersey on purpose. This jersey has been down here. Like, this is one of my little centerpieces. And this is a Darius Garland jersey. And these two jerseys are probably gonna go in glass cases and hung up somewhere down here in Club Pizzle. And I'm gonna get my name on one of these. That's the reason why I get all my jerseys custom. And this is a straight authentic joint, like the trophies and stuff on the back. Like this a real true to life. This the authentic joint. Y'all see that trophy on the back and all stitches on the stitching and all of that. Like this is the real deal in the field right here. But I'm wearing this like this is for DG. I am a huge fan of Darius Garland. I'm still going to be a fan of him, and I'm going to root for Darius Garland every time he plays, except for when he plays against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because as I said on the emergency pod, this name is the name I care about. I care more about this name on the front. I am a Cavaliers fan first. When you're on my team, I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. I'm a root for you. But once you go to another team and you play against my team, all those bets are off. I've never rooted for the Los Angeles Lakers when they come to town and take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Never done it. And I've been a Los Angeles Lakers fan just about as long as I've been a Cleveland Cavaliers. Root for both. Celebrate when both win championships. Yes, I did. Anytime Bron came back. Am I clapping for Bron? You damn right. LeBron James is my favorite player in the NBA. Cavalier or non-Cavalier. He's my favorite. And DG is now on that list. Along with Bron, along with Greek, along with Ja Morant, along with Paolo Banchero, along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. James Harden was on that list at one time of my favorite guys to watch. I'm going to get to James in a minute, but I want to talk about Darius Garland. I want to read to y'all what he said in going out. I thought I put it up here. But, you know, he gave his goodbyes. Y'all got to think, man, this dude was here. He got drafted here at the age of 19. But I am about to read this when I find it. And this, you can find this on this Instagram. And I'm going to look crazy reading this off my phone. It says, "Dear Cleveland, I'll never forget the night I was drafted to Cleveland back in 2019 and everything I've gained since. The city taught me more than I could have imagined. To the coaches, staff, front office, the Gilbert family, my teammates, and the fans, thank you for the love and support. Cleveland will always be a second home, and I'll carry these memories with me forever. Love always, 10. That's a genuine thing coming from him. And if you've met Darius Garland, or if you know Darius Garland, and if you watch him in his interviews, that's just the kind of guy he is. I'm sad to see him go. And like y'all see, thank you, 10. I appreciate it. Got the jersey, got the Darius Garland Funko right here. I'm about to throw this out here. If anybody out there has a Darius Garland bobblehead, holla at your boy and name your price. I got every Cleveland Cavaliers bobblehead since 2018. Only one I don't have is Darius Garland. I got Ricky Rubio's joint over there, and I don't even think the Rubio one got released. But it is what it is. Again, and then y'all got to think, too, this is the part of the NBA that I don't like. The business part of the NBA is what sucks. I'm not about to get into how some of y'all are celebrating and some of y'all are trying to discredit him on his way out of the door. He is one of the pillars that helped rebuild the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron James left town for the second time. He was one of the pillars. He is one of the pillars. If the Cavs get a ring this year, DG get a ring. He was on the team at the beginning. He played enough games. He'll get one if they get it. The business part really sucks. You got to think. He got drafted here at 19. He basically grew up coming from Vanderbilt. I mean, he's the son of a former NBA player. He's a Nepo kid, but so what? Whole life here, like put down roots here. I'm gonna miss my guy. But as I said on the emergency pod, he wasn't there when we needed him. Back injury in 21. Face injury last year. Toe injury at the end of last year. Coming into this year. And he just hurt his other toe. I hope he gets healthy. And he is going to be the pillar to help rebuild the Los Angeles Clippers because they done got rid of everybody. It's DG and it's Kawhi Leonard. And it won't surprise me if Kawhi Leonard has just all of a sudden score 40 and then he's out for the rest of the year because his knee is swollen. That's the type of shit that Kawhi Leonard. But the best ability is availability. And James Harden is available. James may have a hammy or two at times, but James plays. James is available. James is not injury prone. And when James Harden is motivated, he's going to get out there. I'm not even about to speak about all the negative stuff. This is positive-ish going on right now. This is positive pizzle right now. Y'all can take that negative shit to any other pod, or y'all can take that negative shit to y'all Facebook lives or y'all Instagram lives because I'm not doing it here. James Harden is a top 75 player of all time. And in my eyes, he's one of the best 25 players to ever play the game of basketball. He's one of the 10 best guards to ever play this game. Somewhere between 10 and 15. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. All rookie team. Most valuable player? Are you kidding me? This man has led the league in scoring 3 times, and he's actually led the league in assists twice. Not bad for a ball hog, right? I'm not going to get into all the other stuff. I'm giving y'all what he's going to bring. And most importantly, what he's going to do and what he's going to do to help Jaron Allen and what he's going to do to help Evan Mobley. Do y'all history, do y'all research. Y'all be so focused on the negative, and I'm not even about to go into, I'm just going to tell you to do your research and look at the bigs he played with. If it wasn't for James Harden, Clint Capella wouldn't have a job today. Clint Capella is still in the league because James Harden spoon-fed him in the dunker spot. Nobody would have knew who the hell Clint Capella was if it wasn't for James Harden. Went to Philadelphia. Joel Embiid had his best season with James Harden on the floor with him as his point guard. Zubac had the best stretch he's ever had. He cashed in, and it's all because of James Harden. I believe Zubs was with the Lakers, and he was like an afterthought. Nobody knew that. It's like, who? Get to L.A., to the Clippers, across the hall before they moved into the new spot, which is dope, by the way. James Harden got there. Zubac looked like $1 million. Zubac cashed in, and it's all because of James Harden. But guess what? Allen got paid. Allen got his money. Mobley got his money. Time to ball. Sam Merrill is going to benefit from having James Harden in the building, on the floor with him. Jalen Tyson is going to benefit from having James Harden here. Max Strus, when he gets back, is going to benefit. Dean Wade is going to benefit. Naquan Tomlin is going to benefit. Donovan Mitchell is going to benefit. Because James Harden draws so much attention. You're not going to let your defender go one-on-one with him. Somebody going to sag off. It's not too many guys who can get to the paint like James Harden. He going to touch the paint. And when he touches the paint, you know what happens? They collapse. You know what else happens when defenses collapse? Guys get open. And judging by from what I saw last night, watching them dudes knock shots down the way they knocked them down, and oh boy, I don't even know if I have time to even talk about last night's game. Simply because I got stuff to get to. A lot of cards here. And I haven't even flipped the damn card yet. Let me flip it because I think I'm done with that card. Everybody's going to benefit. Don't worry about what he's doing in the playoffs. Let's focus on what we have to do right now to gear up for the playoffs. We're not focusing on the negative. We're focusing on the positive. This was a move made by Kobe Altman. He felt like, all right, we got to win now. This is a win now move. We got to win now. James wants to win, and he knows he's not going to do that with the Clippers, even though they got hot. And they looked like absolute shit last night, except for Kawhi Leonard, which, again, it won't surprise me if Kawhi Leonard gets hurt or is going to sit out because, I don't know, he bit his nail too far down. We about to see, like, I just don't get, and I'm tired of going here, and I promise you I'm not going to go here anymore. I do not understand why this fan base hates Star. But it's only on the internet, because in the building, it's a whole lot. But I still stand by that. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy this ride, and I'm saying it right now just like I said it Tuesday. The Eastern Conference Championship runs through Cleveland. I ain't worried about Detroit. I'm not worried about Boston. I damn sure not worried about the New York Knicks. Toronto Raptors, ain't worried. Philadelphia 76ers, ain't worried. Orlando Magic, woo, y'all can't shoot. Damn sure not worried about y'all. Only teams I'm worried about are the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, if they're healthy. If Joker and Gordon and Cam Johnson gets back and are healthy in time for the playoffs, the Denver Nuggets are going to be something to, and Oklahoma City's the champs. It may be Houston, because Houston's such a big team. Everybody else in the West, I ain't worried about. Clippers, we saw what we did to them. Beat the hell out of the Lakers by 30. I ain't worried about them. San Antonio can be handled. And we seen it. Cavs handled them. I saw it in person and handled them. Golden State not going nowhere. Who else is hovering? I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Anyway, I think I said Golden State, not worried about them. Sacramento's at the bottom. They're lottery picking. Phoenix, they might have beat us, but we whooped them too. I'm not worried about them. They won't get out of the West. The Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder are the only teams in the Western Conference I'm worried about with this Cavaliers team as constructed if Max Strus gets back. And when Evan Mobley returns, which hopefully is right after the All-Star break. They can let him rock. They can let him sit for these few games. But I feel like Evan Mobley is going to try to give it a go next week. Maybe Monday in Denver, maybe Wednesday back home against Washington. And y'all know I'm going to be in the building. I got to be a part of the wagon to welcome the Beard to Cleveland, his first game in the Cavaliers uniform. I'm pumped about this. I'm psyched about this. And especially with the other moves that they made. Kobe Altman said, all right, got to do something. Got to make a sacrifice. The core four is over. It's not going to work. All right, Donovan. This is what we're going to do. And hopefully it's enough to keep Donovan around past the next 2 seasons. Also, the Cleveland Cavaliers traded DeAndre Hunter to the Sacramento Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Ellis. Oh wait, like damn, why am I forgetting this dude's name? I am absolutely tripping. I was about to call him Monte Ellis. Why am I calling him Monte Ellis? And that's not him. But picking up those two guys, man, I'm pumped about them two dudes. I am. I'm absolutely psyched. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to get y'all. Because no way should I forget his name. Keon Ellis. He shouldn't have such a difficult name. And another thing to add to that, Colin Sexton is gone. Darius Garland is gone. And Isaac Okoro. Those are the first three guys that were picked post LeBron. Honestly, all of Kobe Altman's draft picks aren't here anymore, except for Evan Mobley and Jalen Tyson. Luke Travers got released. Abaji got traded early. Donovan Mitchell trade. Imani Bates isn't here anymore. Craig Porter was undrafted. Naquan Tomlin was undrafted. I think Isaiah Mobley was drafted. Was he drafted or did he sign? I can't remember. But Evan Mobley and Jalen Tyson are the two draft picks. It's somebody else that I'm missing out of that. Dylan Windler's not here. It's a bunch of those guys. But adding Schroeder and Ellis, and we saw a little bit of a little taste of it last night. Those dudes get after it on defense. Dennis Schroeder has to be the tallest 6'1" dude I've ever seen in my life. The dude's arms are like crazy. Like I knew he had long arms. I thought he was like 6'3", 6'4", but he's only 6'1", which everybody's like, oh, brought a small guard in. But he got long arms and he plays like a big man. Keon Ellis is 6'4", but he's 175. Like he's a small guy, but he gets after it on defense. He reminds me a lot of Patrick Beverley. I am looking forward to seeing more from those two guys as well as James Harden, whose debut is probably going to be Saturday. As far as what I know and what has been reported, Saturday is going to be the debut. So, Lonzo Ball was also traded to Utah, who bought him out, and I believe Lonzo's going to end up in Charlotte with him. So, other trades that did and didn't happen, let's get to them. The surprise trade was Anthony Davis to the Washington Wizards. He was in a part of, like, this is a big-ass trade. Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum traded to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, who was just traded again today, Marvin Bagley III, 2 future firsts, and 3 future second rounds. So basically, the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic for this. Because Anthony Davis isn't there anymore. I know they're building around Cooper Flag, and if I'm Kyrie Irving and Jason Kidd, I'm looking for a way to get up out of there. Also, trade deadline, one more Cavs thing. Cam Thomas was replaced on waivers by the Brooklyn Nets. There was a rumor yesterday, day before yesterday, that the Cavaliers were possibly looking at Cam Thomas. Maybe he comes to Cleveland. Maybe he doesn't. The Cavs do have one more roster spot left. I believe that spot is going to end up going to Naquan Thomas just because of the way he's been playing. Don't quote me on that. Again, I'm just a dude with a podcast. I'm guesstimating. But I be right a lot. But this got to be the silliest trade, even though the Wizards, they got Trae Young, they got Anthony Davis, they got Alex Sarr. That's 3 guys you can build around. I don't know how available Anthony Davis is going to be. I heard the Cavs did put in a call about him. They did put in a call about Greek as well, but I'm almost certain that the Milwaukee Bucks kept asking for Evan Mobley, and Kobe Altman kept hanging the damn phone. I would. The Utah Jazz. I don't know what the hell Danny Ainge is doing. The Memphis Grizzlies traded Jaron Jackson Jr. along with Locke Landale, who I believe just got traded again today, John Conchar, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Memphis Grizzlies for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and our old friend George Niang. Shout out to Sugar Booger. I'm going to get you a Memphis Grizzlies George Niang jersey. If the Utah ones are probably 75% off now, I'll get you one of those too. And they got 3 first-round picks. I mean, Utah got like a whole lot of first-round picks. And now the Memphis Grizzlies, along with the Oklahoma City Thunder, got mad draft picks. I think the Brooklyn Nets got a bunch of them also. Other little trades. Detroit got Kevin Huerter. Charlotte got Kobe White. The Celtics traded for Nikola Vucevic. Oklahoma City got Jeremy. I'm not happy about that. I'm sick of Sam Presti. Somebody got to find some dirt on Sam Presti, or Sam Presti must got dirt on everybody. Sam Presti know some of these GMs might be in the Epstein files or something, because how the hell he keep pulling this stuff off? Chris Paul was traded to the Toronto Raptors, who in turn told him, you don't have to report here. We're going to waive you or something. So basically, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Toronto Raptors both use Chris Paul to clear cap space and try to get into the luxury tax. That's just not right. Chris Paul deserves better. Chris Paul deserves to go out and end his career better than this. And it's funny, I posted yesterday or the day before yesterday and said, damn, the Clippers just threw Chris Paul away. They sent Chris Paul home and you ain't heard nothing about him. Hell, they could have just threw him in the cash trade just for issues and giggles. Speaking of Zubac, he got traded to the Indiana Pacers today. And 2 guys that weren't traded, that were expected to be traded, Ja Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, they said there wasn't a market for Ja Morant, and it's not. Y'all know Ja is, again, he's one of my favorite non-Cleveland Cavalier players in the NBA, not named LeBron James. Ja coming to town, Pizzle going to the game. As far as Giannis goes and the Milwaukee Bucks go, This has got to be the strength. This is one of those relationships where they both know what it is. Giannis wants to leave. Giannis knows that he has to leave in order to compete for another championship, but he doesn't want to ask to leave publicly because he's afraid that the Milwaukee fan base is going to turn on him and vilify him. And the Milwaukee Bucks know he wants to go. They want to trade him, but they don't want to pull the trigger. They talk to everybody in the league. They talk to Golden State. They talk to the Memphis Grizzlies. They talk to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They talk to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They may have talked to the New York Knicks. They just don't want to pull the trigger. It's confusing, and I say this to Greek because Greek is my favorite. It's okay, man. We get it. We understand. I'm a basketball guy. I know that team you got in Milwaukee is not going to be the team to get it done. And they're so cap-strapped and handcuffed that they can't do anything about it. All they can do is tear the damn thing down. And it has to start with trading you. My man, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I call you Greek. Everybody Greek freak. I'm not calling you Greek freak. I'm going to just call you Greek. It would have been nice to see you in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform also. I just don't think it's. And maybe the Milwaukee Bucks are waiting for this summer, which all of the talking heads are reporting. You know what the draft picks are. You know who's going to be picking. And you pick up an extra one. Like, going into the new year. Milwaukee screwed it all up. Trading for Dame and firing Adrian Griffin, that was the downfall. Because Doc Rivers ain't going to be the one to do it. Off of basketball. We doing pretty good, y'all. Todd Monkin was introduced as the Cleveland Browns head coach, the 19th head coach in Cleveland Browns history. I did watch the presser, and I do watch those pressers. Like, you don't really get anything out of them, but you sort of get a little bit of a gauge of what you're going to get with your head coach. Hey, they sold me. I like Todd Monken. I'm one of those guys that if I'm skeptical about you and don't like you and then see you in an interview and sit down and watch you in an interview, it's like, oh, he's an all right guy. I'm gonna like him. But they sold me. Of course, the media asked the usual questions. I knew it, and they were out of the gate. Started with who's going to be the starting quarterback. And the media people know. And all right, teachable moment for everybody out there. Promise I want to entertain, inform, and teach this year. I'm not kicking you back. I'm just going to explain this. Everybody talks about the media like this, that, and the third. They ask the questions that are supposed to be asked. And of course, professional football team, billion-dollar business, they got PR people who they know what's going on. Like, they in tune. And they're like, these questions are probably going to come up. This is how you answer. And that's exactly what Todd Monken did. I love the way he handled the quarterback question. We're not going to talk about that today. Jim Schwartz, like, I'm not answering that one. Like, out of respect for Jim Schwartz, this ain't the time or the place to talk about Jim Schwartz. I know y'all are doing your job and y'all have to ask the question, but I can't answer that. And the whole and Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward, like, they was being messy early on. Mary Kay and Grossi and Shadell, like, them guys was being messy early on. It's like, y'all gonna ask the mess questions, knowing damn well y'all are not gonna get straight answers or the answer that y'all are looking for. Y'all looking to print something, some negative shit, and he's not gonna get that to y'all. He answered it with grace. So, yes. That's a couple of things I did find out there is he loves this defense and doesn't plan on changing it. He said they have the personnel to run that type of defense. So Myles Garrett might get 25 sacks next year. He wants an offense that is versatile, or as versatile as the Baltimore offense is. He wants a versatile offense so they can put up points. What was the Cleveland Browns' problem last year? Couldn't put up any with a defense like they had. You score 24 points, you should win the damn game, right? And that's something that I said that people called me crazy and said, Don, you know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. You just like to argue. He is going to be the play caller. He didn't mention offensive staff, but that is coming together. He's brought in quarterbacks coaches and passing game coordinators, and he named the offensive coordinator. But I'm on board. He got me. And listening to him talk, he got that old scruffy coach voice. It's like the white Doc Rivers out there. It's like real gruffy, and like you need like those are kind of coaches. Like, all right, coach, gruffy gonna yell. Total probably 360 or total 360 from Kevin Stefanski. But you got to think about it. Kevin Stefanski's 39, 40 years old. He's a younger guy, so he's laid back. Like some guys, I wouldn't even call Todd Monkin an old school coach. He grew up, he's a coach's son. He grew up around football and coaches and all of that jazz. But again, I'm on board. Welcome to Cleveland, Todd Monkin. Looking forward to seeing what you do to bring some life to an offense that didn't have a life, no matter who the hell the quarterback was. Let's talk a little bit about this coaching search. They started with a pool of 50 names, funneled that down to 23 before deciding on 7 external guys and 2 internal guys, of which we all know who those guys were. And the essay wasn't an essay. It was a questionnaire, and it was football related. It was asked about specific players, one namely being one Shedeur Sanders. And they used the same process to hire Kevin Stefanski. 2 playoff appearances, and 2 coaches of the year out of it. So it works, but sometimes things run their course and you got to do what you got to do. So moving on. Again, welcome, Todd Monkin. I think I'm going to give y'all a cool hour. Recapping the 2026 Royal Rumble. And before I do that, let me remind y'all, the Post and Buried podcast is coming soon. I haven't locked a date down for that yet. I'm still figuring out when exactly I want to do that. I might do it after Elimination Chamber. But let's go look at this card. Start with the Women's Royal Rumble. Liv Morgan got the win, as I said. Yes, congratulations to Liv. Again, wrestling, WWE storylines. People want to be mad because they're predictable. I'm not mad they're predictable because I know how to follow a story and I pay that much attention. I pay attention to the right stuff. People pay attention to the wrong. I pay attention to the right things and seeing like, all right, this is where this story is going. I can see this happen. But Liv got the win. The final three sequence was lit. Tiffany Stratton, welcome back. Sol Ruka put on one hell of a performance. Lash Legend was the MVP of the Women's Royal Rumble. The caliber of the women that she threw out was fire. Bella Twins, well, Nikki was there, but Brie being back was a nice little surprise. Happy to see that. Brie Mo, like it's fire, it was dope. Overall, the Women's Rumble, I thought it was pretty good. I thought they advanced some stories. Like, this is the start of the road to WrestleMania. It's not like WrestleMania is in 3 weeks. Like, you got to build these matches and get these stories. You start some feuds here. Because a lot of these feuds, like, you get some feuds that might culminate or end at WrestleMania, but you also can start a couple of feuds at WrestleMania. Let's not. Next up, Gunther defeated AJ Styles in a retirement match. I'm conflicted because I saw this coming. Everybody's like, AJ didn't get his proper farewell tour. Yes, he did. All of the matches that he had in the last 6 or 7 months was the farewell tour. Or over the last year was the farewell. Cody Rhodes match. John Cena. Didn't he fight Finn? Shinsuke. Punk. Those are farewell tour matches. Like, we got it. Just didn't know it until the very end. And had he not gotten injured at some point, was it last year? I think AJ ends it before that. Maybe him and Cena ended together, something like that. But good match. Gunther is so great. The dude, he's the best heel in the game right now. I don't give a damn what promotion y'all watch or what promotion we're talking about. No better villain than Gunther. No better antagonist than Gunther. What's next for Gunther? I don't know. Some big match. Maybe Brock somewhere down the line. I don't think him and Brock is coming soon. Is he going to retire Rey Mysterio next? Oh, Randy Orton is next. The legend, the career killer versus the legend killer. Let's make it happen. WrestleMania. Again, I'm not booking the territory. I'm just following the stories. And, hey, this is how they're going to fall. Y'all can argue with your mouth. So find your daddy. Anyway, WWE Championship match. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn. It wouldn't have surprised me if Sami Zayn would have won this match because the crowd was on fire for him. And by the way, the stadium looked great, but it looked empty. It looked full. Like, it just looked, it was weird. Like, those lights and all of that in the stadium, they're going to have to fix that before WrestleMania, in my eye. But the crowd was clearly behind Sami. The crowd wanted Sami to win. They were rooting for Sami to win. But Drew deserves a long run. We'll see who he gets at Mania. We'll see what happens in the Elimination Chamber. We got a long way to go. Let's get to this men's Royal Rumble. Hype for it. the whole Braun Breaker thing was fun. And I get it. And I know a lot of people are pissed because they picked Braun Breaker to win the Rumble. Like, no, Braun's not going to win the Rumble. Braun don't need to win the Rumble. Braun don't need to fight for the title again at Mania. He just fought for the title. If they're going to do it, if they're going to do anything, if you look at some of WWE's pattern, he can win that title at SummerSlam and it'll be just fine. Throwing that out. But that music hit. But number one, and Obafemi came out there, I say yes. He is about to show out. At first, I was hyped because I'm like, oh, snap. Oba and Breaker 1-2 out the gate. I say, yeah, we own to something. Wasn't expecting the Masked Man to come out and do that. And Breaker get eliminated as soon as the match started. That was wild. And I was like, all right, we off to the races. And then Oba just started tossing dudes out. Rusev, I feel so bad for him, but you got to go. Zack Ryder, I don't give a shit about Zack Ryder. Take your ass back to Long Island. He had a hell of a showing. And they teased Brock and Oba, so more than likely that's going to be our WrestleMania match. And you know what? I ain't got no complaints about it. That match can be 3 seconds for all I give a damn. Build Oba up and let Oba do it. Oba was the MVP of the Men's Rumble. And my tribal chief got the dub. And he picked Punk like I knew it would. Like that's the only match. I don't want to see Roman and Drew. I don't. At least not now. You can do that at Crown Jewel if he hold that title through WrestleMania and SummerSlam and all that. They could do the whole Crown Jewel championship. But overall, I thought this card was a B. Like, the Women's Rumble was pretty good. AJ and Gunther was fantastic. Drew and Sammy was good. And I thought the Men's Rumble was fantastic. And not because I picked Roman Reigns to win and he got to win. Like, it was really good. We got to see some good stuff. We got to see Brock come in there and wreck shop a little bit. You got Jey Uso getting to do the yeet. And then here comes Roman. Let's run it back. All right, let's run it back. Stop playing, man. You see, this is your problem. Take your eye off the ball. This is why they keep calling me back. And then Roman and Jacob facing off. We all want to see that. We all want to see that, right? What about you? But again, overall, I give it a B. Again, the arena, like the set looked great, but those lights out in the stands, it's a bit of a distraction. I don't have a D like a bunch of wrestling fans have, but that was a distraction. It was hard to even see, like, are there even people there? It made the stadium look good. But again, Push and Berry Podcast, the Wrestling Pod, hosted by yours truly, and maybe I get a co-host. I don't know. I don't know. I think people are scared to pod with me for whatever reason. People have pods, and people got wrestling pods, and they just don't call me whatever. I can talk it. I'm the pod guy. Like, you want the pod guy on y'all pod? Anyway, finally, in closing, let's talk football. Before I get to the Super Bowl, first and foremost, I think it's a joke that the Hall of Fame announcements get leaked. That is a joke. That is disgusting. And that shouldn't be. And the fact that the leaks, it's nasty. Like, why do they do that? I don't understand that. Like, I wanna be surprised, and I want to see what happens the day of. But the leaked information was Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and Eli Manning are not in the Hall of Fame class of 2026. I think it's all a joke, especially Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. Eli Manning, I understand, but come on now. People, these writers emphasize, like, it's a certain criteria. Eli meets the criteria. He got rings. He got the numbers. Come on. Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. Most Super Bowl wins. Up there in wins. Robert Kraft, one of the best owners ever. Like, started as a ticket holder. Hit the jackpot. Bought the team. Like, come on, y'all. Are y'all kidding me? And let me throw this out there. And shout out to Terrell Owens for saying this. If y'all are going to hold Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft out for Spygate and Deflategate, keep the same energy with Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady was a huge part of Deflategate. His ball boy was deflating the balls and he knew it. And Tom Brady was suspended for that. So if y'all going to penalize those two, y'all better penalize Tom as well. But by the time they do that, I'm pretty sure this committee is going to be investigated. They do need to be investigated. Some of those guys that are on that list, those media members, first of all, like, these media members, like, this is some BS. I don't care how much of an asshole Bill Belichick is. Y'all know he's the greatest coach of all time. So what? He didn't answer your stupid question that you asked. He's one of the greatest. Like, the criteria is there. 300 plus wins, 40, 50 playoff wins, 6 Super Bowl titles, 7 Super Bowl titles, and 9, 10 appearances. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all gotta be kidding. And this is why some members of the media don't need to have that type of power. It's not fair to the people who actually went out there and did the work. And this has been going on for a long time. Terrell Owens got a gripe. Now I understand why Terrell Owens did his own personal induction ceremony. Chris Carter should be pissed off because he was first ballot also. I'm trying to think if Moss was not first ballot. Like, it's a joke. I'm sick of these sports writers and these old people. Get their asses out of here and get something new in and give it to some people who are going to do the right thing. Y'all know the criteria. Y'all know the accolades. Y'all know everything. He didn't even have to be unanimous. Even though I would have been mad if he... Bill Belichick is the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's not unanimous. All right. But he's definitely a Hall of Famer. This is criminal. Robert Kraft the same way. I'm using... and it's a joke. And put Eli in. Eli deserves it. Super Bowl 60. Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. It's so crazy that I can turn on my TV or I can go scrolling through my phone and not see a lot of stuff about this Super Bowl. I mean, the New England Patriots, they were like the villainous team, but now I guess, it's different now. And the Seattle Seahawks did not see them coming, was not expecting them to be this. Holy moly. The problem with this Super Bowl is there's no villain. There is no Patrick Mahomes to hate on. There is no Tom Brady to hate on. There is no Bill Belichick to be like, I don't like him. He's an asshole. I don't want him to win. There's no John or Jim Harbaugh. There's no Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Although if Stephon Diggs wasn't in all the crap he was in, they would definitely be a lot harder than Steph Diggs' moment. I still believe this is going to be a great Super Bowl. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a tight game until the fourth quarter. These two teams are going to play their hearts out. Drake May might be the most valuable player. And as I'm recording this, NFL Honors hasn't taken place yet. So I don't know who's in the Hall of Fame, and I don't know who won any awards yet. Pizzle's pick for Super Bowl 60 is the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going with Seattle just because their defense is kind of cancel each other out. Seattle's offense is it. Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith and Jigba, like they Kenneth Walker, like they got it. So I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl MVP is going to be Sam Darnold. Before I get out of here, again, celebrating 5th anniversary. 5 years, yes. So many people to thank. I want to thank y'all out there again, like the people that have been with me since day one, since I dropped the first episode on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify allowing me to drop this pod there. When I decided to start this thing, it was me coming off of not podding for a year after leaving a situation that was not working, and me like falling into depression about it because I really wanted it to work, and it didn't work with the people that I was working with, and I held a lot of ill feelings towards them. That year off away, that year away did me some good. It allowed me to grieve that moment or grieve that situation, and it allowed me to gather myself and find myself and try to figure this thing out. How am I gonna do this? Where am I gonna do this at? And it got me to February the 2nd of 2021, where I was sitting down in my man cave with my laptop, and I opened it up and I said, you know what? Let's make this thing happen. Let's do it. And I was off and running since. I want to give a shout out to Lex Vegas, my bro, big bro. Shout out to him for introducing me to Dave Wallencheck. Shout out to Dave Wallencheck and Grand Radio. Shout out to Timbuktu. Shout out to Lee Money. Like, shout out to all my people that were over at Redline. Like, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Dave. Thank you for allowing me to bring my show there. Thank you for allowing me the runway to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping me consistent. my time at Redline was good. And my time at Redline was by design. It was to come in, and it was to learn. Like, okay, that got that, this. And that's when I started picking up other equipment and newer equipment. And it was like, all right, I'm finally on. I have to stay on camera. Honestly, y'all, if I had it my way, I would never be on camera doing this. It would be audio only. But I gotta stay with the times. So video it is. I've been working on video. I done been through like 4 different damn cameras. I love the one that I'm working with. This one is a good one. Shout out to my wife for giving me the runway and the room to be able to do this. She also appeared in the I'm gonna have to bring her back. Maybe she'll appear. Things are. I chose Club Pizzle and I chose sports because this is my first love. Like, sports is the thing that gets me away. It's my getaway from all of the dumb shit that goes on around the world. It's my getaway if I'm having a bad day and everything is getting on my nerves. I can turn on the ball game. Just mellow out, chill. I'm gonna continue with the sports path. Shout out to anybody who was a guest or at Red Lounge. My guy Rich Carlisle. Shout out to Mookie Montonio. Andrew Lloyd was a guest. Danny P was a guest. Catherine Danielle was a guest. Little sis. Ricky Allman was a guest. Aunt Morrow pulled up. Keith Silly pulled up. Dub. Shout out to Dub, man. That's my guy, man. Pulled up on me at Red Line. I'm trying to think who else. I knew I was gonna start dropping names and I'm gonna forget somebody's name. Hopefully y'all don't get mad at me. Listen, I just turned 43. I barely be remembering what the hell I had for breakfast some days. So forgive me. I'm trying to think. Oh, shout out to Jocelyn Brown. Shout out to my girl Jocelyn, Green Eye Bandit. Again, man, I'm so thankful. Award nominations, no trophies just yet. Shout out to Trap Boy Mannequin who also appeared. Jumpman Sosa, Misha Shredder also appeared. The award nominations, little accolades, a Scene magazine nominate, like stuff like that. Like, honestly, I could do it like this forever. If I never get ESPN, if I never get Club Pizzle to Netflix, if I never get Club Pizzle to Amazon, if I never get to do Club Pizzle live from Radio Row, if I never get to do Club Pizzle from WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, excuse me, or Club Pizzle live from Rocket Arena for a Cavs game, live Club Pizzle Cleveland Charge down at Public Hall, live Club Pizzle live from Progressive Field for a Guardians game, Club Pizzle live from Huntington Bank Field outside tailgating for a Browns game. If I never get a call from the Browns, the Cavs, the Guardians, the Charge, the Monsters, the Crunch, whoever, if I never get a call from them, I'm still going to come down here on a Thursday, turn this camera on, turn this microphone on, turn these lights on, have my cue cards ready, and I still can sit down and still want to sit down and talk to y'all. I may kick y'all back in from time to time, but just know that Pizzle does love y'all. And I mean every single word of that. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And one more time for the 5th anniversary of Club Pizzle. Creators be great. Stay positive. Because negative energy is trash. Here's to another 5 years of Club Pizzle. Peace.